Most of the Idaho pasture pigs have made their move into the next paddock. As a couple of them have lingered back in the old one, they'll come over in a couple of minutes. This is 3 fence sections, so 300 feet of the outside perimeter. It's not super square. This area is pretty bad right here, and then as it gets further in, it's looking pretty awesome. It is April 11th, 2025. This will be the second season that pigs have been on this particular ground, doing 1 to 2 week rotations. A lot of chicory, goldenrod, bit of dog fennel still coming up, broom sedge, some rye, decent amount of oats. They are outside of this stretch right here because I went ahead and ran the subsoiler about a month ago, I suppose, and planted for some artichokes or sunchokes in lines. I didn't do consistent across them, but they are coming up. I'm trying to put another good food source in here, something that the pigs can go on a little bit later and forage on the greens, and then root up the tubers as well. So they were on this paddock for, I don't think it was quite 2 weeks this time. This area here was solid wood chips, fairly well composted wood chips, and so they rooted that up first, got their wagon there, and some decent rooting that away. They left this area of chicory alone pretty well. And then this lower stretch had not come back in too well anyways, as it was an area that we had left the sheep over the winter for about a month. And so it was already eaten down pretty well. But as you can see, they didn't really root through that stretch. They just, walked on it, with most of their rooting staying over that away. So this will be this is their second paddock. They're going into their third now since we've gotten them. Their very first paddock, I dragged seed in the day before Easter, and it's coming up pretty nicely. There's some buckwheat in there. Looks like mostly rye and a little bit of radish germinating as well. And then the areas that they hadn't bared in so well are actually looking really good. Nice lush green growth again. A lot of chicory and everything. Once this stuff gets a little more established through here that I've germinated or seeded, and it's able to be mown, I'll probably come in and do a clipping on this paddock or run the sheep through it. But this was with 6 5-month-old IPPs. This is I believe this paddock we're in right now is also a 300-foot outside perimeter, just to give you kind of an idea on what sort of pressure they put. Now it also depends on weather conditions and what forage is in there. If there's a lot of grubs and stuff, they'll obviously root more. But for size reference, kind of hard to see, but that's where they're at. I would say probably about 60 pounds right now. And anyways, I'll go ahead and drag in seed on here. Now that we're warmer, I will include sorghum in that. I'll probably put a little bit of squash, pumpkin, and some other crops like that. but focusing on some rye and sorghum. Anyways, that'll be all for now.